Hey guys, it's Carla Vongera and welcome once more to my channel. I want to take a moment to apologize for the small hiatus on my channel between getting a new job, getting a new puppy. This is Chewy, guys. He is a corgi puppy. We just got about 2 weeks ago, so I've been pretty busy with this little guy. Alright. And just all around adjusting to the new changes going on in my life right now. I just kind of needed a little bit of a sabbatical, but fear not, for I have returned. I also want to let you guys know I have a ton of really cool different ideas for the channel, everything ranging from the usual reviews, let's plays, walkthroughs, to skits, to geeky baking and arts and crafts videos, to a little bit of fashion, just a little bit of everything really. So if this is something you would like to see and you feel so inclined to do so, feel free to hit the subscribe button. But now to get into the swing of things, I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. Most of the videos on my channel have been either pertaining to conventions or to reviews or to pretty much video games in general, which is most of what is going to be featured on my channel. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. I kind of wanted to do the get to know me tag so that you guys can get to know me. There's been quite a few new subscribers to my channel, and just want you guys to know who the weird girl is that is talking to you in front of the camera. So without further ado, here we go. First question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Carolina, or Carolina, because I'm Hispanic, and that's kind of what my family called me for the first formative years of my life. Funny story. So my family called me Carolina growing up. And I had this like mini existential crisis when I actually entered school and I found out my name is actually Carla. So yeah, it took my family a long while to start calling me Carla. I think it was around middle school that I insisted. I was like, no, I am Carla. So that's when they started calling me Carla. So my name is Carla Carolina, or Carla Carolina, Carla Carolina, whatever you want to say it, but Carolina is my middle name. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite color? That one is easy. It is black, like my soul. No, seriously, my favorite color is black. I wear, most of what I wear is black. Yeah, I love it. A lot of people say it isn't necessarily a color, but whatever, screw them. Black is totally a color, and it's my favorite one. Number 3. Who was your first best friend? My first best friend, I remember vividly, her name was Jessica, and we became friends in kindergarten. She lived just a couple of blocks away from me, and unfortunately I don't know whatever happened to her. Like, she was my best friend for the first, I think kindergarten, first grade, second grade, even into third grade, but I don't remember her last name or anything. I still picture her very vividly, and there's been times where I wanted to find her online, but I just can't remember her last name. So Jessica, if you're anywhere out there and you're seeing this, and even if you remember me, which you probably don't, yeah, hi, and thanks for being my best friend when I was a weirdo in elementary school. You're awesome. Question number 4, how tall are you? I am 5'4", and in some places 5'3", so 5'3", 5'4"-ish. Number 5, cats or dogs? I'm gonna go ahead and say both. I have always wanted cats, and unfortunately up until recently I'd never really been able to have cats because I'm allergic, but I still love them, and that doesn't keep me from having them. And also, a lot of my family growing up just didn't like cats, so I was never allowed to have one. So I have 2 cats now, and I love cats, but I've always had dogs as well, and I love dogs also. I feel like there is qualities about cats that are just great and I love. There's qualities about dogs that are great and that I love. I'm just a big animal lover in general, so it's kind of hard to ask me which one I prefer. I kind of like both of them. Number 6 is funniest moment throughout school. There's a few of these actually. Okay, so I'm Hispanic, and I grew up speaking Spanish and English. And I remember it was my birthday, and my class had thrown me a small little like impromptu birthday party. And one of my classmates had given me a puzzle. And it was wrapped, and I didn't know specifically what it was or anything, but shaking it, some of the kids in my class, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, my dad was there, and he was like, he told me, te regalaron un rompecabezas. And if you don't know what that is, it's translated to they got you a head breaker. Okay, and I didn't quite know at the time that puzzle meant rompecabezas. It just, that's what they call it. They call it a head breaker. I don't know why. And so when he said rompecabezas, I was just thinking, I had just recently, I don't know why, I must have been 6 or 7 years old, and I don't know why my parents let me watch this, but they let me watch Hellraiser. So that's the only image that I could think of in my head was Hellraiser. And I was absolutely terrified for, I don't even know how long I didn't open that gift, and it just sat in my closet, and I just felt really stupid afterwards when I figured out what it actually was, and it was just a puzzle, and puzzle was translated into rompecabezas. So yeah, that's good. I mean, it's not necessarily funny, but I guess in the mind of like a kid, whatever, funny when you think about it. So I'm probably gonna say that. Number 7, how many countries have you visited? I have visited Colombia, I've been to Europe, I've been to Italy, I've been to Amsterdam. I think that's it, guys. Italy, Amsterdam, no, Germany. I was in Germany. Is Germany in Amsterdam? Let me check that really quickly. Okay, so I had to Google that, but Amsterdam is in the Netherlands. So, okay, so it's Italy, Germany, I've been to the Netherlands, and Colombia. So 4 countries in total that I've traveled to. Oh, I guess if you include the US, it's 5. Number 8 is the next question on the list, and it is, have I gone to college? Yes, I have. I did not, however, finish my degree, but I did go to college. I did close to 4 years of a psychology degree. So yeah, and then I decided that I wanted to get into film, and I kind of moved back to Miami. I went to college in Missouri for some time, and I also did my first semester in Lakeland, Florida at Southeastern University. And then I moved back to Miami where my family was from, and I tried to get into film. So that is my history with college. Number 9. Number 9. What is or was your worst and your best subject in high school? Worst subject by far was math. I liked it. I liked math, but I was absolutely horrible. To this day, I am absolutely horrible. I love it when I actually understand it, but if I don't, it's frustrating to me. So worst subject, definitely math by far. Best subject, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it was a cross between history or English. I'm a big history buff. I love history. Actually, for some time, I debated becoming a historian. So I loved history, and English, I just loved. I mean, I know English is more grammatical and all that stuff, you know, but I also really loved a lot of like the literature that we would read in English. I've always been a big bookworm. I loved reading. So those were my 2 absolute favorite subjects. Number 10, what is your favorite drink? Coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. Number 11. Number 11 is, what is your favorite animal? I'm going to go ahead and say a bat for this one, and I think most of my friends can agree that that's pretty accurate. I love bats to death. They are the best animal in the world, and I really wish I could have one, but I'm pretty sure you have to have some sort of an exotic animal license for that. But I love bats. I love animals in general, but bats are like my favorite. Number 12 is, what is your favorite perfume? I don't wear perfume much, to be honest. I prefer body spray. I think perfume can be a little bit overwhelming, but if I'm gonna go ahead and choose my favorite perfume, I love Lust from Lush Cosmetics. I love Karma from Lush Cosmetics as well. Viva La Juicy actually is really good too. And I like, I think it's Marc Jacobs. They have the Daisy line that I also enjoy too. But really, that's about it, guys. As far as perfume goes, I'm not a huge perfume gal. Number 13, coffee or tea? Coffee. Number 14, what would I name my children? That really just depends. I mean, I have had so many names picked out for children over the years, but I think a lot of it just depends on what you and your partner want together. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, I have to name my child this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that unanswered for now, because I don't really have any specific names picked out. It just depends on what my partner and I would want if we have kids, whenever we have kids. Number 15, what sports have I played? I had a small foray into soccer when I was a kid, but that about does it. I have no athletic ability whatsoever. Number 16 is, what is your favorite book? That is an extremely tough one. There are a lot of books that I love, but I guess if I had to pick one, it's gonna be 1984 by George Orwell. I think that speaks for itself. I feel like 1984 was very telling. It was beautiful, but 1984 is my absolute favorite book of all time if I had to pick one. Number 17, what are some of your favorite YouTubers? I love to talk about this because, guys, I watch more YouTube than I watch TV, to be honest. Favorite YouTubers, off the bat, it's gonna be JonTron is like number one. I love Game Grumps. I love Mortimer, aka Kitty Cat Gaming. She's incredible as well. I absolutely love Jenna Marbles and her boyfriend Julien Solomita. Me and my boyfriend never miss any one of their videos. I love Screen Junkies. I love Honest Trailers. I love Game Theory. Of course, probably my favorite YouTuber is my boyfriend, SEANXLONG. So if you're not following him, follow him on YouTube. He does toy reviews, movie reviews, all that kind of stuff. So he's my favorite YouTuber. And my best friend, Jenny Lorenzo, who she has her own channel, but she's also a part of the Aggressive Comics channel. She does a show called Geekgasm. So it's one of my favorite shows as well. There's so many shows, guys. Like, there's so many YouTube channels. I can't really narrow it down, but those are absolutely some of my favorite. If you haven't at all seen any of their stuff, feel free to check them out. I'll try to post as many links in the description as possible, but definitely check my boyfriend SEANXLONG out and check out my best friend Jenny Lorenzo at her channel as well. 18. What is your favorite movie? I'm gonna go ahead and say Aliens with an S, the second, Aliens. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. Number 19, am I single or am I taken? I am taken. I have a boyfriend and he's wonderful. His name is SEANXLONG, YouTuber. Like I said, go check out his videos. He's pretty dreamy and I kind of like him. Number 20, what's your idea of an ideal first date? If it's not at a convention, just doing really fun convention stuff, which ironically was me and my boyfriend's first date was at a convention. But if it isn't anything like that, then probably just dinner and staying and playing some video games. That's pretty much an ideal date for me. If we're not playing video games, watching something on Netflix. Number 21, how many boyfriends or girlfriends have I had? Do I really have to answer that? I've had quite a few. I'll just leave it at that. Number 22, favorite memory from childhood. I grew up in Miami, Florida, which is about 4 hours away from Disney World and Universal Studios. So we went to Universal Studios and Disney World a lot. So anytime we ever got to go on vacation, those were my absolute favorite moments of all time. I just loved, you know, and sometimes we would do it spontaneously too. They would like wake us up in the middle of the night. Hey, you want to go to Disney World? We'd be like, yeah. So we'd all load up in the van and go to Disney World. So those are some of the happiest moments that I could think of in my childhood. Number 23, do I speak any languages and how well do I speak them? I speak English, obviously. Yo también hablo español. And how well do I speak them? I do know a little bit of Italian conversationally, but not enough to really even include it as a language. But the two languages I know are English and Spanish. I know English, obviously, I'm super fluent. Spanish could use a little bit of work, but I am fluent. I understand everything that everybody's saying. It's just when it comes to speaking it, I kind of stutter a little bit. But I know how to read it, I know how to write it, I know how to speak it for the most part. It's just a little rusty when I speak it, that's all. But I would say I'm bilingual and I'm absolutely fluent in both languages. Number 24, do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. They are all older than me and I am the baby. Number 25, how would you describe your fashion sense? That is interesting because I definitely like really funky stuff. I would say it's a mixture between punk, alternative, goth, with a little bit of like kawaii, some hipster-ish. It's just an amalgamation of what I really like. If I like it, I'm gonna wear it. Number 26, what is your favorite restaurant? That's kind of a difficult one. I think it is probably better to answer what my favorite food is, which my absolute favorite food is Vietnamese, pho specifically, and I love boba tea. That's my absolute favorite food. I also am very fond of tacos, so do with that what you will. Number 27, what are some of your favorite TV shows? Netflix is basically king at this point. Even, I mean, I guess they're TV shows, but they're not network shows. So definitely Stranger Things is at the top of that list. Daredevil. I just recently started watching Luke Cage, and I think it's absolutely amazing. If we're talking network TV shows, Big Bang Theory is at the top. The Flash is amazing. New Girl is pretty great. I mean, there's a lot of TV that I like, but probably some of my favorites are some of the Netflix originals, the Marvel ones specifically that have come out of Netflix in general. Also, Breaking Bad is always going to be at the top of that list as well. Number 28, PC or Mac? PC, all the way. And 29, what phone do you have? Currently I have an Android phone, just in temp one in the meantime, but I will be getting an iPhone soon, so we'll see how I do with that, because not gonna lie, I look at iPhones and it looks like I'm reading ancient hieroglyphics, but I'm pretty sure I'll get used to it, and a lot of people seem to love iPhones, so really it's just a test of time. We'll see how much I like the iPhone when I get it, probably in the next week or so. Number 30, tell us one of your bad habits. Not getting enough sleep. I am infamous for that. I think I'm borderline insomniac, just because I do not nearly get about as much sleep as I should. I typically tend to function on anywhere between 2 to maybe 5 hours of sleep, and I know that that's horrible, it's so bad, but that's just one of my really bad habits. I'm hoping to change that, but I guess we'll see, because I'm about to be 30 years old and that hasn't changed much, so yeah. Well guys, that about does it for the video today. I hope you liked getting to know me. Definitely, if you would like to do this tag, I think it would be fun to get to know you guys too, and if you guys do it, feel free to let me know in the comments section, and I will definitely check it out. If you have any questions at all, or anything as well, feel free to leave it below in the comments section. Stay tuned. There will be more gaming videos coming up within the next week or so, and this will, yeah, I will get into a more regular schedule as far as putting up videos goes. So thank you for being a part of this video, and until next time, keep on gaming.